YouTube, Rook here from Rook, Geek, Goodness, my little channel on the interweb for all things geeky and cool. And this video, guys, is both sort of a Funko review and rant video. For some weird reason, my subscribers like it when I go off on things. I'm not that type of person usually to really rant or make a rant video or just get explicitive and throw vulgar or throw hate out. I don't usually do that with my videos. I try to do things that are creative, constructive, and objectionable, where I can actually tell you, hey, listen, here are some facts. Here's the truth of what I personally see. But for some weird reason, you guys like it when I rant. So this is kind of like a hybrid video, much like this item here as being a hybrid item. This is both going to be a review and a rant at the same time. So what are we talking about in this video? Well, we're looking at the Star Wars Pop hybrid item. There is no name for this thing that I currently know in the community for Boba Fett and Slave One. This was a New York Comic Con 2017 release. First, let's actually look at the packaging real quick here. I'll kind of showcase it for you. There'll be more in my actual light box so you can actually get an up-close shot of what this thing looks like. So why am I hating on this thing so much? Why am I ranting about this? Well, first and foremost, younger viewers, you can watch this video. I'm going to keep the language very, very clean. I know I have a lot of younger subscribers, but I want to let them know specifically why I like something or why I hate something or dislike something. I don't want to use the word hate, but why I don't like this item, and to have them save their money, especially for parents. Don't buy this item, and here's the reasons why. First and foremost, when I picked this up, this was a New York Comic Con exclusive for this year, for 2017. You can only get it really in two ways that I knew of at that time until all these items started coming out into the market. One, this was a Toys R Us exclusive release, meaning when they actually do an exclusive convention set of items, in this case San Diego Comic Con or New York Comic Con, which is what this is based on, you have certain stores that had certain items. Hot Topics had items, Toys R Us had items, Barnes & Nobles had items, Books A Millions had items, Amazon had items, the Funko Toy Shop had specific items which were dedicated towards the show, or you could have, on the flip side, flown up to New York to get this guy yourself, but you would have been waiting a long time online. So what are the big issues with this Pop hybrid? Well, first thing, I use the word hybrid. Like I said before, there is no terminology for what this thing is called. It doesn't have a name. It's not a Pop ride because it's not detachable from the item. It is bound together, so you're taking a Funko item, in this case a Pop, and a Pop sort of ride. You're scaling the ride down, making it smaller, and putting the Pop head on top of it. That's what you're doing with this guy. So you're taking two really cool items and trying to push them together to create a third. In this case, it's failing on this third thing, in my honest opinion. They've created several of these that have come out already. I have one I did over here. I'll kind of point to it. It's right there. There we go, right there. It is my snow speeder. I believe it's this guy right here. It's my little snow speeder, which he looks all right. I'll grab him for you so you can see what I'm talking about. I actually did a review on this guy, and I think he looks all right. His price point wasn't that bad. He was $25. But we're talking about this guy right here. And the biggest problem I had with this guy is, one, the price. This item, if you purchased it at Toys R Us or at the show, was $40 US. 40 bucks for this thing. In my honest opinion, it's not worth the money. It's just too expensive, and you're not getting enough value. You're getting a smaller vehicle with a Pop head attached to it. They're slapping a $40 price tag on it mainly because of the convention exclusivity about this item. And I can see the reason why they're doing that, but I do not agree with the logic. You're not getting much more vehicle than the snow speeder, really. I mean, you're getting a little bit here, but you're not getting a whole lot. Let's actually take a look at him out of packaging now. Okay, so we have Boba Fett with Slave One out of packaging. And don't get me wrong, he looks neat. He does look really cool. The color here, he screams Boba Fett. He's nice looking. The great amount of tooling and detail on this guy. Now, that is not the complaint I have. He looks nice. Again, bobblehead. Hate bobbleheads. Head issues, of course, with the little bobble. You can't really turn the head all that much because the spring will get all janked up. And I don't want that to happen here, at least on this one. There is a good amount of tooling on it. You have the really cool base here. Now, as I mentioned before, that little cut, you're getting about the same amount of size. If you compare the snow speeder, which was price point at $25 for Walgreens, with the Boba Fett, you're not really getting a difference in scale. They're about the same size. As you see here, I'm showcasing it off for you. It's about the same size. Really, I mean, literally it is. I mean, if you want to think about it, the snow speeder is a little bit bigger in scale. And I'll take him out. I just wanted you guys to see what I'm talking about. But this is not worth $40. Again, they're trying to take two items, merge them together, and spit out this third product. You're taking two really good things and failing to create a third. In my honest opinion, this isn't worth the money. And it gets even uglier now, guys, because this guy now, if you looked on Amazon for this same exact item, I'll put a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. He goes for about $72 US. He has nearly doubled in price. So that's another reason why I'm really, really upset about this item. The price is just too high with not enough value. You can't remove it from the base. There is no other articulation. The head is a bobblehead. There is nothing else it does. It is a full staction piece with no other things or redeemable value for this item. Again, he does look cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it looks nice, but it's not worth the money. Now, you're going to say, well, Rook, you have that issue. What other problems do you have? Well, when I picked this up at Toys R Us, I think they sell these in cases of either 4 or 6. It seems to be, at least on this one, on mine, I'm a little bit biased on this, guys. When they were slicing the boxes open, I don't know if you can see it, I'll take it in my light box, right here, there is a X-Acto knife gash across the top. They had 4 of them on the actual display when I went to pick this guy up on that toy hunt, and all 4 of them were cut this way. 4 items were damaged. Does people not know how to cut a box with an X-Acto knife? It's not rocket science, it's rather easy to do. That is partially another complaint I have of mine. I don't think this was well done, at least for the staff, to present you an item like this. They could have taken a lot more care with these items, but Funko does that a lot with their products. I don't know the real reason of why they went through this type of difficulty just to cut a box open. And the last item that I'm really kind of not really happy about is the whole concept of this design. As I mentioned near the beginning of this video, they're trying to take a pop ride and a pop, merge them together, and spit something out. It doesn't work. This is a fail in my honest opinion. And they made several items like this. They made the snow spears I talked about earlier. They made, I think they made a TIE Fighter pilot. They made a Darth Vader tie. They're coming out with a Kylo Ren and his new interceptor. They're trying this approach, and I don't think it's working. I think it's a bad idea. This approach isn't working well, at least in my opinion. Either give us a ride or give us another pop version of him. Hell, I would have taken a bigger pop ride, let's say this big, with a Boba Fett that can go in and out. That would have been perfect. That to me would have been worth $40 in my honest opinion. Easily. With a ride this big and a detachable Boba Fett, maybe more screen accurate colors, because the colors maybe not be perfect here, maybe more battle damage and more dense, things like that, would have been fine. Or maybe even do a Jango Fett in Slave 1. I would have taken that as well. But this doesn't work for me, guys. I do apologize. Like I said, it's a bit, I'm a little long-toothed in a rant here, but I don't think this works. Now you're going to say, well, Rook, all you're doing is throwing hate. You're just trolling us. What would you recommend if you were a collector? What would you tell your audience? Glad you asked that question. If I were you and you wanted something good, more bang for your buck, so to speak, I would go in this direction. I would go with the Wonder Woman Invisible Jet. You're getting a pop and a large pop ride here for about $28 US. I'll put a picture up here on Amazon so you can see, you can actually buy it right now for about 28 bucks US. You're getting a lot of value here, guys. This, in my opinion, is well worth the money compared to this guy here. This would be a pass on me. This would be a buy. Pass on Boba Fett. Definitely buy Wonder Woman. If you like, of course, superheroes, DC, if you like Wonder Woman, definitely go in this direction. It is a big, big item. That's the only drawback I have for this. It has a large, large footprint. It is big. It is rather silly big. It's over a foot long in both directions. So, I mean, you need a lot of space to display this. But if you wanted something worth the value, go with the Wonder Woman Invisible Jet as opposed to the Boba Fett Slave one from New York Comic Con 2017. Definitely a pass, in my opinion. Definitely a buy for Wonder Woman. And mind you, guys, I'm not a big Wonder Woman fan, but I thought that would be much more valuable, have a lot more value and lower cost, especially if you're trying to break into Funko and not sure what you want to buy. Don't get caught up in all the hype like I did. Don't go in this direction. This is definitely a pass. But I hope you liked this video. Definitely click that subscribe button. Of course, my P.O. Box is over here if you want to send anything for Q&A. I haven't did any yet, but I want to do some Q&A in the near future for you, as well as doing some review for products my subscribers send to me. And last but not least, you can click windows over here to watch more of my videos. Take care, guys. I'll see you next video, and bye-bye.